Celebs Radio Network presents Fireside Chat with Larry and Paul.
What? What's so funny about that?
You'll never know, and it'll be our little secret. Hi, welcome to this Larry and Paul's
Not Larry.
Fireside Chat. This is what you get if you're a monthly supporter, a patron, a flap, a friend of Larry and Paul.
I tell you what, we need this, don't we? For the British summer, we need this.
We do need this fireside because it's summery. It's almost coming up to the solstice, and it's been cold as a witch's tit out there, isn't it? Which you may know if you're watching this from the United Kingdom, because I believe it's cold everywhere, isn't it?
Yes.
Global warming, what's that about? No, that's weather and climate and weather are two different things. So.
I tell you what, I just arrived back from 3 days in Berlin.
Oh, Mr. Jet Setter over here.
And the first day it was like 24 degrees, bright sunshine. I'm in my shorts.
24 degrees.
I'm in meine short socks.
Kleine Shorts. Ein kleiner Bullock hanging out the side of them.
Yeah. Mit dein Waschenbollockchen schlossen. Und das und
Unterpants here.
helles Bier for dippage. And
You dip your bollocks in beer.
yeah. But only in Hellas beer, only in fresh lager beer.
Fresh lager beer. I bet that would be we've instantly gone into weirdness.
Yeah.
I bet that would be very refreshing.
Very refreshing, because if you put your bollocks in a wheat beer, it can feel a little bit claggy. And what you're trying to do is declamify your bollocks on a warm day, aren't you?
So what you're saying is you sort of got a lovely stein of cool, I don't know, say for example, Veltins.
Veltins,
And
yeah, that's
you,
very
and
Hellas.
you squat down and dunk your couple of babs into that. You're
Yeah.
saying that would be lovely, wouldn't it, boys?
If you can find yourself an Erdinger house, go for the Cristal. It's even crisper and cleaner.
But you're saying keep your knackers out of a dunkel.
Do not put your knackers in
Do
a
not
dunkel.
dunk in the dunkel.
No. That's what they say in German. Nicht dunk in dunkel.
Yeah.
And that's what that means. It's all to do with testicles.
And aren't you glad that you get such a wonderful, rounded education from these fireside chats, which you will only get as a friend, fan or foe of Larry and Paul?
It's double-rounded, isn't it?
Double-rounded. Beautiful stuff.
So 3 days in Berlin, a place where you went to last year. You've been twice in your life.
I've been twice in meinen Leifen, but one of us has got a message. Could be you, could be me. If you didn't hear that, one of our phones just pinged.
It's not mine. Mine's always on silent.
Legacy
Legacy of working in the old radio industry. Literally never have the noise on my phone.
Sorry, how are you pronouncing that word?
Radio.
No, the other one.
Legacy.
The other one.
Industry.
Literally.
Thank
you very much.
Sorry, yeah.
Can you tell he's been out of the game for a while?
Radio. You have to say radio.
Radio, literally.
Literally the radio industry.
Peak of the week. So you got back on Midfog, the peak of the week, and
Yeah.
we do have a sort of apology actually because we've had such a truncated week. We haven't managed to get a new broken news out this week, have we?
We really tried hard, right? So we were writing one for a long time, and it will still come out eventually.
Will it? I don't know.
Next week, next Vodka, I think it will. But it's at the moment, it's a little.
We spent a couple of days writing one about the tone of the election.
Yeah.
And how this is riding up. Sorry.
That'll make a good noise. Yeah. The thing is, it's good. There's good stuff in it, and there's things.
It's all good stuff there.
There's things that we want to say. It's not quite funny enough for us. So I think for people that sit there and think you guys just toss it out every week like knobheads.
Well, we do, but I mean the broken news has come harder.
Yeah.
No, but seriously, yeah. I mean, you threw me off because basically what this guy said was you sort of said we should tone down the swearing because obviously the Nigel Farage one was a sort of like a cavalcade, a torrent of glorious swearing. All sorts of the words were in there. Cock, was that in there?
Yeah, wang,
big wang,
bollock,
two bowls, and also a fanny. But you said, let's try and, I think you said Radio 4 or something. You said, let's go Radio 4. And then from then I was like, right, I can't swear. And I feel like my superpower is swearing. And I was like, Samsung, shorn of my locks that give me strength. I just couldn't think of anything funny that didn't involve the words clammy clunge.
I wasn't trying to be particularly prudish.
Big dicks.
But I thought the gag of it was quite cerebral, so I thought we need to lean into the cerebrality.
Cerebral. You said we should be more cerebral about it.
Yeah, and we need to lean into that and therefore make it more, even more accurate to newspeak rather. And it does descend into swearing a little bit.
I love it when it does. I like creative swearing, but I mean,
But anyway, stopped us in our tracks. And
stopped us in our tracks, and then we tried to have another go at it this morning to see if we get one out this afternoon, and it just hasn't happened for us. I think we need to sometimes hold our hands up and just go, "Hey guys, you contributed so much. Sometimes just take a week off."
Yeah, in Berlin.
All right.
Yeah.
Some of us were slaving away over a wet flat.
I want to talk more about your experience of Berlin and my experience of Berlin, because I came back and I said, "Oh, I went to this place, that place, this place, that place," and you went, "Never heard of them." And you said, "I went to this place, that place, that," and I was like, "Never heard of them."
It's a big old place.
It's
though.
massive.
Big old place.
And it's flat as a pancake.
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah,
That's why bikes and scooters do so well over there. I was hurtling around on a scooter.
I'd love to spend
in the
more time in
Reichstag.
Germany in general.
Oh, I love it.
I do love a bit of Germany.
Yeah.
But I am going to the Czech Republic this year. That's where
You
I'm
are?
going on a little trip for my my birthday, significant birthday coming up. So I'm going to
18th birthday.
my 18th, my sweet 16.
His 12th birthday.
I don't have pubes. Sorry, 16-year-olds have pubes. Do they? I don't know. What am I doing?
Yeah, they do.
If there's grass on the wicket, I'm so sorry, everyone. This is not what. But anyway, going to the Czech Republic because I want to go visit Karlovy Vary. Now,
And what does he do?
no, shall I turn this into a trivia thing? If you think you know why I'd want to go to Karlovy Vary, I'm not going to spell it for you. Then email hello@larryandpaul.com.
Can I have a clue?
You know why. You know why.
No, but can I have a... I don't know why. Can I have a clue?
No.
Can I ask the question, what the fuck is it?
It's a place.
Karlovy Vary is a place.
Karlovy Vary is a place.
Like
yeah.
a town or something.
Yes.
Right,
Yeah.
okay.
That's all you get. That's all you get. So basically, that I thought I'd like to go there on my 16th birthday, for my 16th birthday. So that's what I'm doing. But I would like to spend more time in Germany. I do like Germany. I do have relatives in Germany, so I've got no excuse.
Everything you think about, your cousin, we met your cousin when he came over. Everything you think you know about Germany from visiting South Germany, like Munich. So I've been to Munich 4 or 5 times.
The only thing I know about Germany is from Netflix documentaries set during the years 1939 to 1945. Has it changed much since then?
Yeah, it's quite a bit.
Right.
I tell you what, seeing the Berlin Wall's unbelievable, isn't it? It's absolutely mind-blowing.
Did you go to Checkpoint Charlie?
I did go to Checkpoint Charlie, and some people said, "Oh, it's really touristy and there's nothing to see," and you go to it and you go,
Do you know
What was
what?
that?
To people who say stuff like, "Oh, it's really touristy," do you know what I say to them? Fuck off.
I don't mind it being really touristy in many ways. Like the Brandenburg Gate is obviously a really touristy spot to go. There were lots of people there, but it's fine. You look at it and go, "That's the Brandenburg Gate." You maybe learn a bit about it, and then you go and see something else.
I found the Brandenburg Gate really unimpressive.
As a structure.
Because they take you, yes, they take you to it, don't they? And they charge you €150, and then it's like in a field somewhere. It's like this little wooden thing, and they go, "Here's Brandenburg Gate." It's like that wasn't worth €150, and then if you want us to take you back, it's going to cost you another €250. And so I thought was really I wasn't impressed by the Brandenburg Gate.
Can I just remind me to have a chat with you after this?
Yeah.
Everything's cool, but just we'll have a chat. After
Disappointing, Brandenburg
about
Gate.
some other German landmarks.
But because one of the things I love doing, which is possibly the most touristy thing you can ever do, and I've done it twice. I've done it once in Moscow, and I did it in Dublin, a city I know very well, but was going with people who've never been. It's go on one of those open top, hop on, hop off bus rides.
Yeah, I love them.
Really good way and the most touristic thing you can do, short of wearing a fanny pack.
But I wondered in Berlin if it would just take forever. Like I did the open top bus one in Paris, and it was 2 hours. And I sort of, by the end of the second hour, was falling asleep a little bit. Because I like to do the whole circuit. I don't want to actually hop on, hop off. I want to hop on and stay on for quite a long period of time.
Hop on, stay on for a full circuit, and then hop off at the one you want to hop off on.
But Berlin is, as we discussed, is absolutely massive.
Yeah.
You can be on a train for like 45 minutes and you're still in the city centre.
You haven't moved. It's a bit like the UK. You can be on a train for 45 minutes.
Huge.
And can have pretty much not moved.
And sort of West Berlin is full of these stunningly beautiful buildings and massive museums. And then East Berlin is weird tower blocks and very austere.
Cool, I love it.
Went to a Stasi jail.
Did you?
Ironically, broke into a Stasi jail. They wouldn't let us in, and we snuck in. We'll be the first people in history to sneak into a Stasi jail.
Yeah, sure, that's one of the grandkids, isn't it? And I recommended an excellent, depressing film about the Stasi, Des Leben die Anderen.
Or the Love of My Hands.
The Lives of Others.
Oh, right,
excellent film. Very sad. Should really check it out. That's a
Definitely watch it.
Larry and Paul Film Club recommendation.
Less classy, went for a couple of kebabs. Oh, they know how to do a kebab in Berlin, don't they?
Kebab and lovely sausage.
Yeah, I mean, kebab over there is not an end of the night thing to have just when you're drunk.
It's 7 a.m, isn't it? It's the breakfast. It's get up,
The breakfast of
brush your
champions
teeth,
is what it is.
mouthwash, kebab.
Yeah.
Put your pants on, get out there, go and spend £350 getting there and back to the Brandenburg Gate. Again, very disappointing gate.
Yeah. Again, remind me to have a chat with you.
So you got back, and then I mean, there's not really what's happened in the world of Larry and Paul this week. I mean, it's only been sort of 2 days of Larry and Paul, really.
We've been doing so. We as you know. We do some corporate, and so we've had some stuff to sort out there.
Yeah.
But we've been working on a script for a sort of more expansive sketch, stroke short film.
Yeah.
Been working on that today.
Working out the internal logic of it.
Yeah.
I get obsessed with that sort of thing.
We make it sound all very boring. It's sort of fun, but it's like, why would this person in this imaginary world do that? That doesn't make any sense.
Because I think it's important in a comedy sketch, especially if you're creating a world, that the world needs to have some sort of logic. Do we need to say should we say what the thing is, or not?
No,
really?
not necessarily.
Okay, right. Basically, there's a silly joke, and around that silly joke, you kind of got to build the reason why the silly joke exists. And I sort of go into little holes, don't I? Really serious holes where I go, well, no, how that can happen? Because that doesn't make sense, and so I turn writing into being something from a fun enterprise to something which is really fucking tedious.
But no, the way that we write is often rooted in reality.
Yeah.
So therefore, logic has to exist. And there are other people that don't do that, are they? So if you look at how someone like Ross Noble does a stand-up set.
All improv, isn't it?
Yeah.
Totally improv.
Yeah.
Doesn't know what he's doing.
So there doesn't have to be any logic. I'm trying to think of the equivalent, like Mighty Boosh doesn't have to have any logic.
Yeah. They can be like, oh, yeah, just walk through a gate made of cheese and spangles.
Walking through a gate and making of a cheese. Walking through a gate and making it of cheese. And walking through a gate and making it of cheese.
Walking through a gate and making it a cheese. They'd probably do something like that, wouldn't they?
I was just doing what I was
doing.
doing.
Stretch that into
Mighty
3
Boosh.
series. Yeah.
I loved Mighty Boosh. And in fact, there was a lot of logic in it. But it didn't have to have logic.
No,
You could have whole scenes where it didn't have logic.
I wish I was like that.
Like which one?
Random.
Julian Barrett. Married.
No, I just mean I wish I could be random. Like,
yeah.
Like I wish I was a bit more random.
Totally random.
Totally random.
It's about finding your lane, though, isn't it? About finding your
groove.
skill.
Your groove. Yesterday we had a potentially exciting meeting that I'm not going to refer to any further.
Every time we think about it, it just makes me think it's not going to go tits up.
We'll see. A potentially exciting meeting happened yesterday. If something exciting did happen, we'll tell you about it. If something exciting didn't happen, we'll never refer to it ever again.
And we'll just cry. But if we're off for a few weeks crying, you'll know why.
You'll know why. Something exciting happening next Freitag.
Yes, next Freitag.
Next Freitag.
Das Buchen launch of Das Rosie Holt.
Rosie Holt.
Comedian.
So what we'll do a BTS. It might be later than usual, but we'll take some vids from that, shall we?
Yeah, that'll be good.
Because we'll be meeting up with Mark Davidson from Exploding Heads. We'll be going for a couple of treaty booze with him. Rosie will be there. Will Matt Green be there, do we know? All the gang, the online gang.
We think Michael Spicer's going to be there.
Michael Spicer will probably be there.
I don't know if Tom Walker, Jonathan Pye is going to be there.
Hey.
We think Stewart Lee might be there.
We think Stewart Lee might be there.
Yeah.
Considering they're going out. Rosie Holt and Stewart Lee going out, not Jonathan Pye or Matt Green. But yeah, we'll take some videos, some behind-the-scenes videos if you want. That sounds like that's quite exciting, isn't it?
Yeah. We'll be those annoying people.
Yeah,
oh, Stewart.
And then he headbutts you, and it all gets weird.
Yeah. But then we make it into the newspaper. The anger, the violent anger of comedy legends.
What if he headbutts you, then wrestles you to the ground and sits on you?
I fucking love that.
Would you?
Yeah,
You'd pay good money for that, would you?
I have paid good money for it. For someone who just looks a bit like Stewart Lee.
Morrissey.
No, it was.
Let me sit down on my larryboard, or I'll settle on, I'll wrestle him to the floor. But I'm naked,
What? Oh! Actually, it wasn't. I couldn't get Morrissey either. I got Nigel Kennedy.
I don't know that reference. Is he the guy with the flute?
The violin.
Oh, that's it. I knew it was. I knew it was something.
Gary Rhodes was a bit of a lookalike as well.
Gary Rhodes is dead.
He's dead.
Don't speak like that about Gary Rhodes.
So I can't have his corpse sit on my face. That would be...
No. He'd be bones by now.
He would.
I hope none of Gary Rhodes' family watch this.
And I don't pay for that.
No. He don't pay for no skeletons.
I want flesh on the bones. If someone's going to sit on my face looking like Stewart Lee...
Oh, who said face?
Isn't that where this started?
No, just sit on you. The rest of the ground will sit on you for restraint purposes.
Oh, I assumed face. If someone's going to sit on you, face it. That's what I was about to say.
I mean, this is going to
flesh.
have an X rating. This particular behind-the-scenes glimpse at the filthy minds of Larry and Paul. There's me talking about 16-year-olds. There's you talking about hiring sex workers who look a bit like Stewart Lee to sit on your face. Gary Rhodes' death. There's all sorts going on this.
It's quite niche.
Very dark and incredibly niche.
What do they call it in? I did once read about this in pornography. There is a thing called rule. I want to say rule 34. The number might be wrong.
Okay.
But it's if someone has imagined it, there exists pornography to do with it. So I wonder if you could go online and search for Stewart Lee lookalike face sitting.
Yeah, I mean, that feels quite mainstream.
Does it?
Yeah, hang on. Let me think of something totally random.
If you can imagine it, it exists.
If you can imagine it, you say, if you imagine it can exist, feel free if you want to look it up and then email us, hello@larryandpaul.com.
Images.
Images.
Do blur them
or
out.
vids. Someone putting foam rollers up the exhaust pipes of cars. And getting turned on by that.
I'm getting turned on by it.
Oh yeah, everything's a fetish. You've got to get turned on by it. It's not just the act of doing something.
I thought this was a way of cleaning exhaust. I thought this was like that's probably on mechanics YouTube.
I think it's worth saying. I mean, I didn't think it was worth saying, but apparently we have to. A fetish is when someone is turned on by the thing. So that's a given. So if I, for example, was to say carrots, and silently in your head you go, and that person's turned on by that.
Right. Okay.
So yeah.
Just carrots.
Yeah. What's it called? There's a word for it. There's a word for I'm going to be here searching for this word, which is going to make it incredibly dull. It's called it's like
Philia.
Aphilia. Yes, aphilia.
Yeah.
Aphilia. Like coprophilia.
What's that? Like
poo.
Oh, is it? That's disgusting. Like haemophilia, where you love blood. Why is haemophilia called haemophilia? Because your body loves hemoglobin. You crave hemoglobin because you don't have enough of it, which is why you bleed too much.
So haemophilia isn't being turned on by blood?
No, I don't think so.
Well, what's being turned on by blood then? Sanguinophilia.
So what's sanguine?
Bloodophilia.
Something else that means blood.
Sanguine.
Claritophilia.
Sanguine is blood, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah.
I thought that just meant being chilled out. Being turned on by being chilled out.
I'm just so relaxed. Oh, yeah. Tell me more.
Oh, a couple of days.
Oh, I love this hammock. Oh. I'm just going to go and have a nap. Imagine if that's somebody yawning and someone absolutely...
Morrissey's back.
I came in my pants. We do these when we're too tired.
Yeah.
They go on weird, random, explicit tangents, and I apologise profusely.
I'm bringing it right down now, but T-shirts.
Thank you if you've ordered T-shirts.
Yeah,
I know a few flaps have ordered T-shirts. Thank you.
What we're going to do with the T-shirt shop...
I announced that today. Do you know that?
No, I didn't.
I announced that on Twitter. We're closing the shop on the 21st.
On the 21st of June, we're going to close the shop because if you want a T-shirt that's related to this election, get it by then because otherwise...
Well, none of them...
They'll be out of date.
Because we realised something as well. We came to a realisation in this very truncated week, is that all of our three-part slogan and real daily briefing stuff is going to be totally irrelevant because almost certainly there's going to be a Labour government, right? Almost certainly.
Almost certainly. I hope that Sir Keir Starmer brings back the...
Three-part slogan.
No, brings back the weekly briefings. So there was this idea of having the American weekly briefings with a press person.
It's a briefing but done by a really, really malnourished person. A weekly briefing.
Yeah. So I hope he brings those back, because then maybe we've still got a brand.
Yeah. I don't mind starting again. We did it with Broken News. We can do it again with something else.
Yeah, don't vote Labour, guys.
Yeah, vote Reform.
Absolute fascist socialists.
Yeah. Well, they're not. I'm not excited by it. Are you? We should. I was thinking about
I
doing.
don't want to be excited by it.
No,
anymore.
but like excited, like for example, Jeremy Crumlins on the first day of when he was going to be sworn in as president of the United Kingdoms, he was going to be like, homelessness ends now, and he was going to end homelessness. That was going to be his aim. Like they did during the pandemic, they put all the homeless people in hotels and stuff, and then they stopped. Kicked them all out. So that's exciting. Like, sort of socialism is exciting. And like, imagine going, right, NHS, we're going to go all balls to the wall to sort the NHS. Or we're going to ring piece the BBC so it can't be touched by anyone ever again. That's exciting. I find that exciting.
As you know from the leaked Labour manifesto, the Don't Fuck It Up.
Don't fuck it up.
If they do exciting stuff during the campaign, it's going to cost them votes.
But then they can't. So what does have you read any of the manifestos?
Well, I've seen some of the manifesto. They announced it yesterday, didn't they, Labour?
Why have you not read it yet?
It's 634 pages. I can't be bothered.
I've not read it.
But you know the headlines from it. But the point is, the manifesto.
It's a wealth building manifesto.
Exactly.
Prime
It's not a legally binding document in that sense.
Is it not?
No, but
you can't like, for example, go I campaign on black, and then you get into power and go white actually.
Well, that's what they all do. That's what they've all done since time immemorial.
Oh, fine then.
But anyway, there is exciting reformation of the House of Lords in Labour's manifesto. That's important.
Reformation of the House of Lords. Reformation of the House of Lords. Reformation to the beat. Reformation of the House of Lords. One Lord. Reformation of the House of Lords.
I was quite pleased with my beat then.
That's very good. Yeah, well done.
We were going to do a sketch at one point, weren't we, of us dancing in a car park.
It was going to be to that.
Everybody
in the House of Lords. Because it's when they put loads of randos in the House of Lords. Yeah. We could still do that, to be fair. It was going to be a vertical one, though, for TikToks. Reformation
of the House of Lords is important because if they decide to push for something like proportional representation in the House of Lords, then that's thin end of the wedge. You can take steps towards that in the House of Commons. Yes. I don't think they could come in and they could say, right, next election is proportional representation. I mean, they could. And it would be a smart thing to do for Labour, but Labour will think they're going to get such a big majority, they'll probably get 2 terms out of it. So they might say, well, we don't have to think about that until year 8 or something. They'll probably think the same thing, by the way, about rejoining the EU. They'll probably think we don't have to do this in the first 5 years. We don't have to talk about it until year 8.
That's why no one's talking about it.
That's why nobody's talking about it.
Because it won't happen in 5 years.
Or they could campaign on the 2029 election on an advisory referendum for rejoining the EU.
Like the rest is politics, isn't it?
Yeah, it's an idea. It's just a thought.
Just give us a sense of. So, Larry, if you just give us a sense of. Iraq. That's my impression of Alistair Campbell, which isn't very good.
He's a big fan of ours. So,
big fan of ours. Not Rory Stewart, though. He doesn't follow us.
He doesn't follow us.
I do listen to the rest is politics, and I'm slowly coming to the conclusion, correct me if you think I'm wrong, that Rory Stewart loves the sound of his own voice. And I understand the irony and hypocrisy of me saying that, but like, Alistair, so I was listening today to them interviewing Nadim Zahawi, which is quite interesting. And Alistair Campbell's questions are really short and sharp and like journalistic, and Rory Stewart's go on for ages and always talk about him. So this gives a sense of because when we were touring Iraq and we were doing this, it just gives a sense of, if you will, I haven't quite perfected my Rory Stewart impression.
I like Rory Stewart though.
I did like Rory Stewart, but the more I've listened to the rest is politics, the less I like him.
Prefer Alistair Campbell.
The less I like Rory Stewart.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. I just had a sudden thought that Jeremy Vine could be watching this, and
he's friends with them both.
Yeah, but also
I don't think Jeremy Vine watches these.
Jeremy, if you watch this, could you just comment?
Or just email hello@larryandpaul.com saying, nice. I've watched this, boys. Yeah. Watch out, you're in trouble.
It's definitely
Stewart's coming for you.
Most famous flap, isn't he?
I don't think Rory Stewart would provide any sort of physical threat
to
us. Well, to anyone really. He seems like you could probably waft him in the general direction of a road, and he would absolutely get smashed up by a van.
What if he knows karate?
No, I'm saying you with a strong gust, you could probably blow him over.
So even if he comes to you and he's in the proper Bruce Lee thing, you could just blow him off.
Yeah, just absolutely blow him off into a road or a siding or something, and not have to put up with him. I do feel if a hand was laid upon him, he'd have very brittle bones. He's a very thin, skull-like face, doesn't he? Just crush it with one hand.
So I got a bit violent now against Rory Stewart.
Sorry, I don't dislike him that much. I think he's fine. I enjoy his podcast.
I think he's fine.
I think he's fine.
On that bombshell, have we said everything? Yeah, we're shutting we went on a random thing then. We're shutting the T-shirt shop on the 21st.
If you do want a T-shirt...
in time for the election.
In time for the election. Probably if you want a T-shirt again, because we're unlikely to make these again. Mm-hmm. I need to launch Broken News range of T-shirts. Yeah. Need to have that ready. Then it needs to be before the 21st. Mm-hmm. Let us know. Email us, hello@larryandpaul.com, if you want more information or whatever. I don't know what I'm saying.
Feel free to spread the word about the T-shirts, for example. The last time Rachel put up a tweet saying, I'm wearing my Larry and Paul T-shirt.
Flap Rachel.
Yeah. We sold about 15 T-shirts off the back of that tweet.
Yeah, so feel free to, if you have ordered and bought ordered and bought a T-shirt, feel free to share. If you are that way inclined, you have to share your face. Yeah. Share a photo of you wearing it, just saying, hey, what incredibly good quality cotton, because they are.
No bottoms, please, in the pictures.
No bottoms. You're not allowed to wear anything below the waistline with these T-shirts.
So what have we covered? The shop is closing. I want someone who looks like Stewart Lee to sit on my face, but they have to have flesh on their bones.
Rory Stewart, you could probably snap like a fucking twig if he came at you.
We need this fire, despite the date. We'll see you next week.
We haven't done a Broken News. We had an exciting meeting. We'll tell you about it if something exciting happens. If not, we'll remain forever silent. And next week we're going to Rosie Holt's book launch in London.
Thanks for being a monthly supporter.
We love you a lot.
We love you. hello@larryandpaul.com.
If you want to email us.
Or if you want to say why the flipping hell was this week's Fireside chat nearly half an hour long.
This is the longest one yet. I'm so sorry.
This is going to take so long to upload.
I'm so sorry. Listen, we will see you next week. We love you lots.
Enjoy your weekend.
Bye. Everybody in the house of Lord. Everybody in the house of Lord. One love. Everybody in the house of Lord.